You think your rabbit loves you. You see those adorable floppy ears, that twitching nose, those big beautiful eyes staring up at you, and you think you've got a real bond going. You're convinced your bunny is happy to see you when you walk into the room. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Your rabbit might actually be terrified of you, and not just a little nervous. We're talking genuine, primal fear, the kind that makes their tiny heart race at dangerous speeds. Now, before you feel too bad about yourself, this isn't really your fault. It's biology. It's evolution. It's millions of years of survival instinct that you simply cannot override with treats and gentle head pats. But if you want to understand your rabbit, if you truly want to build trust with that fluffy little creature, you need to understand what's really going on in their mind when they look at you. Let's start with the basics. Rabbits are prey animals. Not just kind of prey animals, they're at the bottom of the food chain. Everything wants to eat them. Hawks, owls, foxes, coyotes, snakes, cats, dogs, and yes, even humans historically. When you're that delicious and defenseless, you develop some serious anxiety issues. A rabbit's entire existence is built around one simple principle. Assume everything is trying to kill you until proven otherwise. And even then, stay suspicious. Think about it from your rabbit's perspective for a moment. You're enormous. You're literally a giant. You're dozens of times bigger than they are. You move unpredictably. You make loud noises. You reach down from above with these massive appendages that could easily crush them. And you smell weird. You smell like predator. Even if you've never hunted anything in your life, even if you're a strict vegan who wouldn't hurt a fly, you still have that mammalian predator vibe. Your eyes face forward, which in nature means hunter. Your rabbit's eyes are on the sides of their head, which means hunted. Now let's talk about what's happening inside your rabbit's body when you approach them. Their heart rate can jump from around 180 beats per minute at rest to over 300 beats per minute when they're scared. That's like their heart going into overdrive instantly. Imagine your own heart suddenly racing that fast. You'd think you were having a medical emergency. For rabbits, this is just Tuesday. Their senses are constantly on high alert. Those big ears? They can rotate nearly 300 degrees to pick up the slightest sound. They can hear frequencies you can't even imagine. When you're quietly tiptoeing across the room thinking you're being gentle and non-threatening, your rabbit hears every footfall like thunder. They hear your joints creaking. They hear your clothes rustling. They hear you breathing. It's like living with someone who has supernatural hearing, and that someone is always listening for danger. And their vision is specifically designed to spot predators. Rabbits have almost 360-degree vision. They can see above them, beside them, and behind them without turning their head. But here's the thing. They have a blind spot directly in front of their nose and directly behind their head. So when you reach your hand out to pet them from the front, they literally can't see it coming. From their perspective, this giant predator creature's appendage just materializes out of nowhere and descends upon them. Terrifying. Let's talk about something you probably do all the time without thinking about it. Picking up your rabbit. You might think you're being loving. You're scooping them up for cuddles. From your rabbit's perspective, this is basically a hawk attack. In the wild, when something grabs a rabbit and lifts them off the ground, that rabbit is dead. That's it. Game over. A predator has them. So when you pick up your rabbit, their brain is screaming, "This is how I die," every single time. Some rabbits do eventually learn that being picked up doesn't result in death. They might tolerate it. But tolerate is very different from enjoy. Watch your rabbit's body language carefully next time you pick them up. Are their ears back? Are they frozen still? Are their eyes wide? That's fear. They're not relaxed. They're not happy. They're in survival mode, and they're waiting for it to be over. Here's another thing that terrifies your rabbit. Sudden movements. You might jump up quickly to answer the door. You might sneeze. You might drop something. To you, these are normal daily occurrences. To your rabbit, each one is a potential attack. Their nervous system is wired to react to sudden movements with immediate flight response. In the wild, the rabbit that stops to consider whether that rustling bush is dangerous is the rabbit that gets eaten. The rabbit that bolts first and asks questions later is the rabbit that survives to reproduce. This is why your rabbit might be perfectly calm 1 second and then suddenly sprint away and hide the next. You didn't do anything wrong, you just existed in a way that triggered their prey instincts. Maybe you moved your arm too fast. Maybe the light changed in the room. Maybe they heard a sound outside that you didn't even notice. Their threat detection system is so sensitive that it has an incredibly high false positive rate. But again, evolution doesn't care about false positives. It cares about avoiding the one true positive that would be fatal. Now, you might be thinking, but my rabbit comes up to me. My rabbit asks for pets. My rabbit seems happy around me. And yes, that's all true. Rabbits are social animals. They do bond with humans. They can learn to trust. But here's the nuanced reality. Your rabbit lives in a constant state of mild anxiety, and you represent both a source of comfort and a potential threat simultaneously. It's complicated. When your rabbit approaches you for pets, they're taking a calculated risk. They want the social grooming. They want the attention. But they're also ready to bolt at any second if you do something unexpected. Watch closely next time. See how they position their body. They're usually angled toward an escape route. Their back legs are tensed and ready to spring away. They're never fully relaxed around you the way they might be around another rabbit. Let's talk about eye contact. You probably think making eye contact with your rabbit is sweet. It's connection. It's bonding. But in rabbit language, direct eye contact is predatory behavior. Predators stare at their prey. They lock eyes before the attack. So when you gaze lovingly into your rabbit's eyes, they might be interpreting that as, "This creature is sizing me up for dinner." Some rabbits learn that human eye contact isn't a threat, but it goes against their every instinct. And speaking of instincts, let's discuss why your rabbit sometimes freezes when you approach them. You might interpret this as calm behavior. They're just sitting there peacefully. But freezing is actually one of a rabbit's primary anti-predator behaviors. When a rabbit freezes, they're hoping the predator hasn't seen them yet. They're trying to become invisible. If your rabbit frequently freezes when you enter a room or approach them, that's not trust. That's fear. They're hoping you'll pass by without noticing them. Here's something else that stresses your rabbit out: being in the open. In nature, rabbits live in warren systems underground. They have multiple entrances and exits. They have escape routes. They have safe spaces where predators can't reach them. Your home doesn't have any of this. To a rabbit, being out in the middle of a room is incredibly stressful. There's no cover. There's no quick escape. They're exposed and vulnerable. This is why your rabbit probably loves hanging out under furniture. They're not being antisocial. They're not playing hard to get. They're engaging in normal, healthy prey animal behavior. That space under the couch represents safety. It's a burrow substitute. It's where they can keep their back protected while watching for danger. And you, the friendly giant, might be part of what they're watching for. Your voice might feel soothing to you, but to a rabbit, human sounds can be loud, unpredictable, and unfamiliar. Rabbits are quiet animals, so even gentle talking can register as possible danger. When you use high-pitched or excited tones, you think you're being loving. Your rabbit might hear something closer to a predator's call. And when you hold them, they can even hear and feel your heartbeat, which can mimic the rumble of a larger animal. Their entire sensory system is built to detect threats, so everything about you, your size, sound, smell, and movements can feel overwhelming. But here's the beautiful part. Many rabbits still choose to trust humans. They override millions of years of instinct because they learn you're the one who feeds them, shelters them, and touches them gently. When a rabbit sits near you, accepts pets, or eats from your hand, that's an act of bravery. You can't demand that trust. You can only earn it through slow, consistent safety. To work with their fear, get low when you interact so you seem smaller. Move slowly, predictably, and let them approach you. Never chase or corner them. Give them hiding spots and control. Avoid picking them up unless necessary, and do most bonding on the floor. Learn their body language. A rabbit lying stretched out, relaxed ears, or soft teeth grinding means you've helped them feel safe. Your rabbit may be scared of you sometimes, that's normal for a prey animal. But every moment they choose to stay near you is real trust. They're essentially saying, "You're a giant predator, but I feel safe with you anyway." That makes the bond even more meaningful. You're someone a prey animal has decided is worth trusting, and that's pretty incredible.